Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. Today, I have a episode that I want to talk. I have a topic that everyone's talking about, and I get a lot of questions on it. And in fact, in December, I actually spoke about similar, not exactly this tool in general, but specifically, but in general about this topic. And we're going to be talking about AI. But I want to specifically talk about a particular tool of AI and how you can use it as an attorney. Okay. But before we get into all the content and everything, I just want to remind you guys that, we're here in the first quarter of 2023, and I love to offer you a way where we can help you go to the next level in your firm. If you're a solo practitioner, you need to take me up on this offer. If you are a 2 or 3 man law firm and you're struggling with consistency in your law firm, the amount of leads that you get, you need to take me up on this offer. We work a lot with different types of attorneys throughout the continental U.S. So if you're listening to this and you're in the U.S. and you'd like to know more about what we offer and what we do here, give us a call. 888-416-7752, or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. We'll be willing to accommodate you, answer all the questions you may have about your lead generation efforts, and hopefully we will be able to help you along in your journey. All right, with that said, let me move on to today's content. We're going to talk about how an attorney can use AI, specifically a tool called Chat GPT. Sure you guys have heard it. If you haven't, Google it. It'll come up. It's a free account of something where you can type in a couple of questions, and it will spew out decent content showing you, sharing their information that you asked for. Very decent, very good. And it's not, I would not tell you that it's crappy content. It's good content. And we'll get into my opinion about it a little bit later in the episode, but really good content that it shows you. But how can a lawyer specifically use it? Because people say, well, wait a minute, I'm an attorney. I can get in trouble for writing content from a bot, if you will. Well, that may be true, but here's how you can use it. I'm going to give you, I don't know, maybe 6 ways. I'm just throwing out that number, 6 ways. I didn't write anything down for this episode. I normally write stuff down, and I just read off a list of what I wrote down. But for this episode, I want to wing it a little bit, only because I'm going based on all the questions that have been asked of me about Chat GPT and bring it to this platform, because I want the masses to hear this question. To hear this answers, not just the people who asked the question. Okay? So here is what an attorney can use Chat GPT for. So it can actually help you with a blog post. I know you guys are attorneys, and attorneys can write phenomenally well. But attorneys write phenomenally well for the reader, for the person trying to get educated about something, not necessarily for the search engine. So think about combining your wealth of knowledge of the law and actually writing it in a way that the search engines can pick it up in the next hour. Okay? Or the next few hours. Depends on how competitive you're writing it about. So it can help you start a blog post. If you have writer's block, you don't have to worry about it, because this is going to help you start. Lots of us have writer's block. I consider myself a great writer, and I get writer's block. So if you're an attorney and you need to write a blog post answering a question, if you're following my method for writing blog posts, and if you haven't, look up all the other episodes I've been talking about how to write a blog post, how to get found on search engines, etc., etc. Look that up. I'm not going to reiterate that because I've talked about it already. Look it up on some of our past episodes. Anywho, as I continue, this is going to help you start a blog post. It's going to help you to research, and not only research, but also curate the content from various sources. Stuff that you can do, take you days to do, this is actually doing for you in a matter of minutes, depending on the complexity of the topic. Okay? So this is what it's now. You have to tweak it. Just want to help you with this. Don't get it and cut and paste, because what's going to happen is Google and all the other search engines can detect if it was AI generated. And when it's AI generated, it will not index 100%. So you got to be careful about that. They have certain programs out there, and the name of it escapes me right now, so I apologize. But there are certain programs that try to read if this is AI generated content or it was generated through a human. So you cannot take what Chat GPT or any other of these things can. Jasper AI. What's the other thing? Word Hero. There are a ton of these. Any of these things do, you cannot actually just copy everything that they give you and paste it into your blog. Don't do that. You won't even get indexed. Okay. So, but it can give you ideas to how to start a blog, how to start the content. What is, it's going to curate it for you. What are the people actually looking for when they ask these questions, et cetera, et cetera. So that's number one. Number two thing is that it can actually help you write compelling headlines. A lot of times, what gets blog posts opened or email newsletters opened is a compelling headline. And I'm a decent marketer. And there are times I cannot come up with a good headline. So using something like Chat GPT to give you a decent headline is not bad. Now, it's just, again, you want to use it as an idea because it has to sound like you. If it does not sound like you, now you're being inauthentic. And inauthenticity is a bad thing in the marketing world. Okay? So, that's number two. Number three, Chat GPT can actually help you generate ideas for an email campaign and or newsletter. Okay. There's a ton of information on our heads. And of course, you as a lawyer, you're no different. As in fact, you probably have a lot more information flowing through your head than I do. Different cases that you're dealing with, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to get that out of your head and focus on your cases and let Chat GPT help you generate some ideas around what kind of email campaigns are good to go out there. One, for your leads that maybe you want to keep top of mind. And another one just to inform your clients in a newsletter. Great way of doing it. Information makes your client understand who you are a lot more. Okay? Another way that Chat GPT can help you is that it can help you write scripts for your podcast or for your videos. As you know, I always ask my listeners, you, the attorney, to create assets on the internet. One asset will be a podcast. Another asset will be a video series, etc. If you can create this is going to help you phenomenally well because you're creating what's called being branded. You want to be branded as an attorney. That's needless to say. And a good way of being branded is by podcasting. A better way of being branded, in my opinion, videos. Why not? Okay. So that's another way you can use Chat GPT for yourself as an attorney. We talked a little bit about, about blog posts, but now let's talk a little bit about writing some SEO friendly content and the meta description on your website. So, I've seen it done some phenomenal work on creating a great meta description for your homepage, for your services pages, etc. Your practice area pages. You want decent SEO content on those meta descriptions and, of course, your page. Now, you want to take your time with this because, again, remember, if it's detected that it's AI generated, you're not going to get indexed, or you're doing all this for nothing. Let the AI create the content, create the meta description, go in there with a fine-tooth comb, change things around. Obviously, you don't want to change things around the keywords because you want to get picked up because the keywords have to be there. But you want to change things around so it doesn't sound like a bot. It has to sound like you. So certain words that they say, replace it with a word that you would say. So this is something that me as a marketer, see, I have a team of writers that writes content for attorneys on their website. We also do it for blogs, but we mainly do it for websites, so practice area pages, home pages, about us pages, etc. And a lot of times attorneys do not want me to do that. They say, no, I know my firm. I want to write this myself, but then they take forever. I'm giving you the tool now to do it in a way where you can write the content on your website. It's already SEO friendly. And then, let us tweak it for you. Or if you want to tweak it, you can tweak it. But at least you got a good starting point for us to work with. Okay? So that's another thing. It's gonna help you write SEO friendly content. Key Key thing being there is SEO. All right, so Chat GPT can also help you write the first drafts of of the captions for your social media posts. I know I don't talk a lot about social media on this show. I don't. Shame on me, because I usually leave all of that for last week's guest, if you were listening, Laura Shipman. Who's the guru of all gurus with social media. But you should be out there in social media as an attorney. Okay? You should have some sort of image and some good content underneath the image. Or, my favorite, have a little video and some good caption under the video. Chat GPT can actually help you write the first drafts of the caption. Now, notice I've said first drafts. Okay? Because with social media, you don't want to get busted with this AI generated thing. So you just gotta. I'm hoping that you're noticing a theme here. So a lot of times, I know I talked about writing a blog post and everything like that. So let's just forget about blog posts for a second. Talk about even the ideas. Chat GPT can actually just generate ideas for you. And now this is a powerful one, because this one you can actually take the idea, then you got to generate the actual content for it. But the idea can maybe even help you write the blog post yourself without even having Chat GPT write it for you and then you tweaking it. Because the idea is going to come from curated content of the most highly searched topics in your practice area, in your area. So if you're in, Newark, New Jersey, what is the highly most searched content about, divorce, or about, personal injury, about healthcare, except any business law, any law practice that you practice, you can actually come up with content, ideas, topics about your blog post. And it will create the outliners. The outliners meaning how you break up the content into paragraphs, and it has the outliner. That's phenomenal. It's a huge help. So you should never have writer's block with this. I love this thing. It's a great thing. Now, here's the question that I get a lot, and I'm going to debunk this theory. A lot of people say, well, this is going to replace humans. What do I need a human for? Nothing could be further from the truth. Here's the fact. As I said many times during this episode, if you get busted with the AI generated content, you're not going to get indexed. Another thing, you have to write in your voice. You don't speak like the person writing that in ChatGPT or any of these things, Jasper AI or whatever. Okay? Can it eventually write in your voice? I don't know. I know for right now, 2023, well, we're early on in 2023. We're still in February. It cannot write in your voice. You can't say Chat GPT, please write in my voice this content. Doesn't have that sophistication yet. So, but it's but it's still a great help. How I see this is simple. Back in the day, people would use a screwdriver to screw in something or unscrew something. Now they make these machines where you can, with a power drill, have a little drill bit here. You screw something on, zip, zip, done. That's what ChatGPT is. All that is that power drill. to give you ideas, give you at least a first draft of stuff, give you content where you can say, oh, I know people are looking for this, so let me give them the content. Let me give them my idea. That's the best way you can use this. Because now the AI bots cannot say, oh, this is AI generated content. I'm not going to index this. Why? Because it's your voice. Because the idea is all you need, really, to start writing. Okay? This is the answer that I gave all my customers who asked this question about AI. This is what we talked about in Vegas back in December when I spoke on stage about, the future of digital marketing. AI came up a little bit there. So I wanted to share it with my audience. I wanted to share it with you because I know you guys are avid listeners of the show. And I wanted to make sure that you get this information. If you have any questions about Chat GPT, AI, or about this episode, or any episode that we have, please reach out to us, 888-416-7752, or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. So with that, I am going to put an end to this episode. I hope you did get some value out of it. If you did, I would love for you to subscribe, if you're on YouTube, to the channel that I'm on YouTube, or I would love for you to, also subscribe on your favorite listening app, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc. Subscribe so that way you always are notified when I upload a new episode. So until next week, folks, this has been Frank Deming, the local business guy. Take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.